Temple alum Jim Cooper. Good morning, Coop.
How you doing, Dave?
Hey, how's it going, man? You're up early today?
Always. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Tell us a little bit about what's it like this week being a Temple alum. I mean, you got to be pretty fired up about this game today against Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's really a proud week for all the Temple alumni. You know, you look at this game today, and here we are sitting at 7-0, and you know, just looking at the history of Temple football, and you know, I always knew in my heart that this day would come, because you know, when I played at Temple in '82 under Bruce Arians, you know, we used to go up to Rutgers, and we would actually beat Rutgers from time to time, handedly at sometimes, and you know, we look at that school and the transition they made. Greg Schiano came in and just took that program to a whole nother level. And I knew that sooner or later Temple would find the right guy and things would just explode. And, you know, Matt Rule's just done a fantastic job. And, you know, I couldn't be prouder to be a Temple alumni.
I assume you'll be watching the game tonight. How excited are you today for this matchup? You're probably watching some of the college game day stuff going on this morning, and it's got to be such a neat thing. I mean, you know, anybody who goes to college and has a good experience at that college, really, that stays with you your whole life, and you're so proud to be an alum of that school, and to really be in the spotlight's got to be something really cool this weekend for you.
It really is. It really is. I'll be going up to the game tonight with my wife, and you know, it's just the city is electric right now. You know, I'm a big Twitter follower, and I'll tell you, Twitter is just blowing up with everything Temple related, cherry and white, and you know, it's going to be a great time. I honestly believe Temple's got a very good shot to not only play well, but possibly if they stay within their game plan and play mistake-free football, you know, I think good things are going to happen.
Wait, you're telling me Temple's trending on Twitter? Is that right?
Oh yeah, somewhat,
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's been a great week. You know, if I had a crystal ball, you know, and 5 years ago, I told someone that, hey, guess what? In 5 years, Temple's going to be 7-0 hosting Notre Dame, and College Game Day will be in Philly. They would probably put me in a straitjacket. But, you know, that's where we're at, and you know, I think it's great for the program as far as the recruiting goes.
What do you see about this team? I'm sure you've watched them throughout the season. What's impressed you most about the Temple Owls?
Just their ability to score on turnovers and their defense, you know, led by Tyler Matakevich. Their defense is just playing so well that, you know, it puts the offense in a good position, you know. They're not on the field that often, the defense, and when they are, they get it done, and it gives more time for the offense to do their job. A
little bit of a Cape Atlantic League flavor up there as well. You know, you got your son up there, and you know, David Hood from Absegami, Tom Bradway from Mainland. Kind of cool to see some of these Cape Atlantic League guys, you know, enjoying this weekend as well.
Yeah, making their presence national spotlight. It is. It's great to you know, see that Temple is finally, you know, getting some of the guys from Jersey that used to go to Rutgers or Penn State. You know, now Temple's kind of stealing them, and it's becoming more of a, you know, an even playing field now.
Have you had a chance to talk to any of those guys, either Dave Hood or Tom Bradway?
I haven't. I talked with my son yesterday. You know, I see Tom from time to time when I go up to visit Coop on campus, but you know, like Coop was telling me yesterday, that it's just the atmosphere is just electric. The town is alive, and he's never seen this much fanfare in the years that he's been there. But you know, everybody's on board, and you know, it's going to be rocking cherry and white. It's going to be a loud place tonight.
We're talking with Jim Cooper, former Temple Owl, back in the early '80s under Coach Bruce Arians. His son, also named Jim, was an outstanding kicker at Mainland, who's now with the Temple Owls. How much have you spoken to your son, you know, the last couple days?
We speak every day. We speak every day, and like I said, he just is amazed at the way this whole thing is going down. You know, the fans, you know, yesterday, excuse me, ESPN was at the Owl's Nest upstairs above the Edberg Olson Center, and, you know, the players all got to meet the media, you know, Herb Street and Kevin Nagandi and Chris Fowler. And, it's a great experience. It's something, a lot of guys just dream of being able to participate in, and here it's really happening for these guys. So, kudos to Temple and the coaching staff for what a great job they've done.
What was that like for your son, talking about meeting those guys? And these are guys you see on TV, and, being a college football player, I'm sure he follows all the other major national programs, and you kind of just you feel like you're a little bit separated from it, and then all of a sudden, boom, these guys are on campus and introducing themselves to you. What did he say about that experience?
Well, Kevin Nagandi is a proud Temple grad, and one thing Coop said is, there's been a lot of naysayers, and there was a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon, but Kevin Nagandi has been there with them when they were 1-10 and 2-9, and he's always been a big supporter, saying, guys, listen, this is a process. I believe in you, and you just have to be patient and persistent. And this is the same guy that was here when they were 2-10 that's still coming back when they're 7-0. So it's great to meet all these guys and have their support. And Temple is they're really making their mark, and I think their future is really bright.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to host and not only to host College Game Day, to be playing Notre Dame. I mean, you're talking about the most storied franchise in college football. Could you imagine what it'd be like to be a 20-year-old on campus today, and looking back to your days in the early '80s?
You know what? I could imagine it, but I don't know how I deal with it because back in the days when I played at Temple, it wasn't the team that it is today, and we didn't have social media, and that was the days where you used to have to pick up a payphone to contact someone. Now you get a message to the other side of the world, and the push of a button. But it's just really it's hard to imagine. It really is hard to imagine. But I'm just very proud of my son, proud of Temple football, and just proud to be a Temple alumni. It's a great thing.
We're talking with Jim Cooper, former Temple alum. He's also runs 5-Star Kicking, and he trains a lot of the Cape Atlantic League place kickers, including guys like Zach Sturr at Absegami, Mike Giuliano at Mainland, a lot of other guys. Coop, what's it been like the last couple of years training these guys? And you're seeing some real outstanding success of some of these guys in terms of not only making field goals, but making long field goals and really making a difference for their teams.
Yeah, I have to say how blessed be able to do what I do. I wake up every day, and first thing I do is thank God for Him giving me the ability and the opportunity to do this. And then from then on, it's basically just football all day long. I got a great bunch of kids. I got the support of my wife, which is great. That she backed me when I formed this whole 5-Star Kicking deal, and these kids they're very specialized, and they really buy into my program, and they practice, they do the things I ask, the drills, and it's easy to say, hey, do this is what I want you to do, and watch your film, but for them to actually buy into it and really listen and learn from it, once they get on board and they see that, hey, if I do these drills, if I study my film and I try to work through bad habits, good things will happen. And that's exactly what's happening. These guys have been just a blessing. I tell them what to do, and they do it, and they buy into it. And for example, a big shout out to Cade Antonucci at Holy Spirit. He just kicked his 7th this night, tying my son's record for most in a season Cape Atlantic League with 8. Mike Giuliano from Mainland just hit his 6th field goal. And I could go on all day. The rest of the guys I train, and there's not enough time, but it's a great process, and I really enjoy what I'm doing.
For some of the old time listeners out there, who are some of the guys you cut your teeth under?
Well, I started when I got into this kicking. I pretty much didn't have a coach when I played at Mainland. There was no such thing as a kicking coach or a strength coach, so I basically, learned my craft. My father helped me, and, I did go to a couple kicking camps. I learned a little bit from Mark Mosley, But as far as my venture into, place kicking and, teaching, I've learned from, Lee McDonald up in North Jersey, runs Special Team Solutions. A man by the name of Doc Story down in Florida, who's now passed away. He was a kicking guru. Michael Husted that kicked for the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Oakland Raiders. Chris Barr, former Penn State kicker, Cincinnati Bengal, and the list goes on and on. But I've been very blessed to have learned from a lot of great former kickers, gurus, NFL players that kind of helped me get to the position where I'm at today.
Coop, real quick before we let you go, if there are some parents out there listening, or maybe some young guys out there who want to get into place kicking, think they might have a talent for it, how can they reach out to you if they're interested in working with you?
You can get me at 5-Star Kicking, www.5starkicking.com. You can also hit me up on Twitter at 5-Star Kicking, or get me on the phone, 609-576-9560.
Cool, good stuff. Thanks, Coop. I appreciate it. And enjoy the day today. Get yourself a cheesesteak up there in South Philly, and like I said, enjoy the weekend, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun up there.
Great. Thanks for having me, Dave.
No problem. Thanks, Coop.
Right.
That was Jim Cooper, whose son was a great mainland kicker. He's up there at Temple now. He's a former Temple kicker himself.